Since we decided that we are not going to take up the special permit discussions this evening, we're going to take them up at our April 28th meeting. I think that we can go into the next, the zone change for the comprehensive plan package and not take things out of order, because I don't think that we have anything in the meeting to address at the moment. Is that a correct assessment, Jeff?
Correct, yes.
Okay, great. So do I have a motion to open the public hearing for the zone change related to the comprehensive plan package 1, orders 1 through 41?
So moved.
Do we
Second.
have, just a point of order, do we have to wait till 6:30?
Yes.
Our meeting started at 5:30.
The meetings were noticed separately, so our meeting started at 5, or our meeting hearing started at 5:30.
And the public hearing did as well?
It
Yes.
did.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the notice that the member of the public was referring to was ordinance committee meetings.
Okay.
Notice.
I just wanted to verify. Thank you.
Yep. Yep. So
Do we have a second?
again, for the members of the public, if you could please remain muted until we call on you, that would greatly appreciate it.
It's not touch screen, unfortunately.
Just waiting on a second.
Second, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Roll call vote for Lauren,
Yes.
Rosanna,
Yes, ma'am.
Kate,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
and Scott.
Yes.
Awesome.
Before we open up to public comments, I'm going to share an introduction of the topic with everyone. Oh,
Oh,
But before
actually,
you, can I just let people know, I'm here at this meeting as a member of the planning board, but I've been assigned to be our representative to go to ordinance. So I'll be leaving this hearing relatively soon to go to the ordinance meeting. And the room that they told me I could sit in here at City Hall is actually being used for something else. So I'm in the hallway and it's going to get loud. So I will be ducking out of here soon-ish. But I will be at ordinance for anyone who wants to go there. So just to let you know that.
thanks, Kate. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience as you waited for us to get through our regular business before we started tonight's public hearing for the proposed changes to the zoning ordinance. As we begin, I would like to share some context regarding the role of planning board and the comprehensive plan process. Per our governing ordinance, the Planning Board of Holyoke is responsible for protecting the health and safety of Holyoke's residents while balancing the rights of property owners through the consideration of project submittals, public testimony, and city department comments in conjunction with laws established for regulating such development through the zoning ordinance 2025, Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 41, Section 81A, and MGL Chapter 40A. The establishment of municipal planning boards is authorized by Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 41, Section 81A. Among its many diverse roles, the planning board is charged with the following duties, paraphrased here from Mass General Law. Adopting a comprehensive plan and official zoning map for the city, serving as the local authority for Subdivision Act Control Act, adopting rules and regulations governing the subdivision of land in the city of Holyoke, reviewing all preliminary and definitive plan submittals, serving in some instances as the special permit granting authority, serving as a site plan review authority, conducting studies, and when necessary, preparing plans of the resources, possibilities, and needs of the city for submittal to the City Council for their consideration, drafting and submitting zoning amendments for consideration by the municipality. When a zoning amendment has been put forward, the Planning Board and the City Council Ordinance Committee hold public hearings and report the recommendations to City Council. The last time the comprehensive plan was updated was 1999. And with that, significant update to the zoning ordinance took place. During this revision, the Holyoke Comprehensive Plan, we began with an RFP, which is a request for proposal, in August of 2023. Interviews of firms began in September of 2023, and a team led by Agency Landscape and Planning of Cambridge, including bilingual community engagement specialists Hive Public Space of New York City, was engaged in January of 2024 to work with the city and stakeholders to create an updated plan. The executive committee that oversaw the comprehensive plan includes a wide range of participants. Throughout 2025, there were many public engagement events held by Agency Landscaping and Planning and the city to hear what is important to the residents of Holyoke to be included in the comp plan. As the goals of the comprehensive plan have come into focus, we as a board and other departments' inputs have looked at the zoning ordinance and map and identified several areas where we believe they need to be updated to align with the purpose of the zoning ordinance. The zoning ordinance is enacted to promote the general welfare of the city of Holyoke, to protect the health and safety of its inhabitants, to encourage the most appropriate use of land throughout the city, to preserve the culture, historical, and agricultural heritage of the community, to increase the amenities of the city, and to reduce the hazard from fire by regulating the location and use of building and the area of open space around them, all authorized by, but not limited to, the provision of the Zoning Act, General Law, Chapter 40A, as amended, Section 2A of 1975 Mass Acts 808, and by Article 89 of the Amendments to the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. This package of 41 zoning updates is intended to clean up the zoning ordinance and make it easier to understand for both residents and potential developers, today and in the future. Tonight, we begin the public hearing to receive comments and questions about the proposed changes. The public hearings will be continued until we've heard from the public on all of the proposed changes. These hearings will be in our published agenda. The suggested changes align with the goals and strategies set forth in the draft of the comprehensive plan. The final comprehensive plan is a document that is approved and adopted by the planning board as a matter of state law. We anticipate the final draft being in front of the planning board for approval in the next 6 to 8 weeks. The law that gives planning board the duty and authority to prepare and adopt the comprehensive plan does not govern the review and potential adoption of any zone changes by the plan. That process is governed by MGL 40A, which sets forth a specific and meticulous process for any changes to the zoning ordinance. And it is the 40A process that we are following tonight. Under that law, the planning board must hold public hearings on the proposed changes. Once the hearing is concluded, which may take multiple sessions, the planning board deliberates on what it has learned and makes recommendations to the city council based on that. The city council has the final vote on whether to approve the proposed changes and cannot vote on them until it receives that recommendation and concludes its own hearings. Noticing for the public hearing has a specific legal process that we were required to follow. During tonight's public hearing, the planning board will discuss the proposed zoning changes and attempt to answer the public's questions and concerns as we discuss the changes. If concerns are raised that were not considered previously, we will research anything that has not been addressed. If you are here with a parcel or project-specific question, the best way for us to answer your question is for you to email it to planning@holyoke.org. What we heard during the comp plan is that our current zoning map is confusing, over-elaborate, and obsolete. Zoning ordinance should be simple and treat similar properties alike. We worked on these proposed ordinance changes in tandem with finalizing the draft of the comp plan because we knew the public hearing process would take a significant amount of time. There are a couple of points I would like to specifically address before we begin. First, the parcels that are known as Elmwood Forest and Wyckoff Country Club do not have proposed zoning map changes in this packet. There are proposed text changes in orders number 12 and 22, which would allow independent living retirement communities, continuing care retirement communities, and assisted living communities by right rather than by special permits in R2 and R2A. Second, the current R1 and R1A scheme originally arose from the intention that R1A be an agricultural zone, with uses not allowable in R1. This distinction was never actually made, and the A for agriculture continues to cause confusion, including but not limited to homeowners believing that they can keep chickens in R1A, which is not allowable. Since the uses available in the two zones are identical, this merger eliminates redundancy and simplifies the ordinance. An additional goal is to bring non-conforming properties into conformance with the zoning ordinance, and this change will do such for numerous R1 zone properties that were built before the current R1 minimum lot size requirements were in effect. None of these changes were intended to increase assessments, and we have no reason to believe they will do so. The zone change orders will be discussed in chronological order tonight, beginning with order number 1 and continuing to the end of tonight's hearing. Realistically, we'll only be getting through a few of the orders this evening, and we will need to continue to the next available planning board meeting date, which will be determined by the planning board schedule at the end of this portion of the hearing tonight. We will read through the proposed zone change, share maps, updates to the use chart, and the dimensional regulations as they pertain to the order that we are discussing. Once I have done that, I will ask for public comment. We will do our best to call on people in the order in which their hands are raised, and the final half hour of our meeting will be reserved for comments on orders we have not yet reviewed to ensure that all of your thoughts are heard on public record since you are here this evening. This process is not expected to be complete in one hearing or evening. We anticipate this taking several meetings over the next few months, or as many as necessary. Any written correspondence that has been received by staff has been shared with the board and will be part of the public record attached to the minutes. We ask that everyone keep their comments civil and remember this is a board of resident volunteers who are responsible for protecting the health, safety, and general welfare of Holyoke while balancing the rights of property owners. We look forward to hearing your input. So we're going to begin with order number 1, and order number 1 is regarding section 3.1 classes of districts. It is hereby ordered that the zoning ordinances R1A, RO, BE, BL, and OP be removed from section 3.1 classes of districts, and all other zones be provided a definition in section 3.1 classes of districts. This proposed change will remove obsolete or unused zoning districts such as Office Park, OP, and Business Entryway, BE, from the zoning ordinance, section 3.1. It will further provide a definition or purpose for all of the zones in the zoning ordinance that currently do not have them. OP and BE districts are obsolete. No parts of Holyoke are zoned to these districts. The changes that are proposed, which remove R1A, RO, and BL, are specified in later orders. The order will also include definitions for all zones. Zones were not defined in the previous versions of the zoning ordinance. And now I welcome the public to comment on order number 1.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, if you can just state your name and your address for the record.
Yeah, sure. I think this is the correct one, but you can let me know. My name is Janet Vecchia, and I'm here with my husband, John McCann, and we live at 415 Ingleside Street.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So is this the, and we're here to oppose the change from RO to BG at the properties at 405 and 401 Ingleside Street. So is this the appropriate time to speak about that?
So that's not the order that we're on right now. We're on the order number 1 that is removing the zones R1A, RO, BE, BL, and OP and defining all of the zones.
Okay, could you tell me which one we're under? Because it's very confusing. I can't tell.
Jeff, can you tell which order that is?
1 second, please.
Also, the ordinance committee is going to be starting, so I'm going to go next door, but we have a written comments that I can certainly give to someone over there to pass on to you guys, but it would be helpful to know which one.
That would be order 3.
Order 3. Okay, thank you very much.
To the chair of the planning board, Ms. Niles, this is Linda Bacon,
Yes.
and I cannot locate the hand to raise my hand, so I apologize for butting in on this particular Zoom connection. But I will submit my questions in writing through the staff, okay, because I need to go to ordinance committee also, because I'm a member of that committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna call the next speaker. I feel like we have somebody who is,
Somebody has their hand up. Also.
yes, can you call on them?
Yes, Fee and Lori, I believe.
Okay. Hi, this is Lori Thayer. I live at 110 Meadowbrook. And I just wanted to have a clarifying question first. When you said that they've been having communication with the public for the last year, I have never received anything until this notice for this meeting. So what kinds of ways was the public notified that I missed somehow?
So just to be clear on the process of this evening, we're here to receive comments. We're not going to be answering questions on an individual basis. We want to hear your input. And I will just briefly answer that one question, but I'm not going to be answering every question. The comprehensive plan was the process that I just laid out in my introductory speech of the process that's been going on since 2023. And there has been tons of community engagement through the Holyoke website, through many things being posted in the paper. I was not involved in how the outreach was done for that comprehensive plan, and the zoning changes are coming out of the comprehensive plan. So this is the first communication that you've received on this specific zoning change. That is true. And I would like to remind everybody to please keep their comments to
thank you. Yes, I will submit. I will submit my question via the website. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to remind everybody to keep their comments to the first order, as that is what we are talking about now.
So I do see Sally C.
Did you hear anything before this?
Can you please mute yourself?
Yeah, can you please mute? Thank you. Sally C.
Hi, I just have a quick question. How do you know what your property designation is? Is it R1? Is it blah, blah, whatever? How do you find that out? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. The advice that we were given on how to hold the public hearing this evening was to receive questions and not get into back and forth answers. So I'm trying to figure out how to.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not trying to be pugilistic or anything.
No, I don't think you are at all.
I just am curious. I got the notice. I have no idea what number I am or if I'm conforming or non-conforming. I don't know how to find that information.
Yeah. So
please reach out to planning.org and we will respond. We will have with your name, address, and we can respond to that. That's not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sally. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Before you mute off, could you just give us your address and your full name? Thank you.
Sally Carlton, 84 Ridgewood Ave.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We have Paola,
Paula,
I believe.
Paula.
Paula? What?
Paula.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. So first of all, I want to thank the member of the planning board for the work that you do, and I know you're a volunteer, so I appreciate that. I want to state, I think order 1 is appropriate, that as many residents, I'm still kind of in shock that we're going through with all these changes before the new comprehensive plan is approved. I'm also a resident of zone R1A, and I do not find the confusion. And so I'm very likely not to want my zone denomination to be taken away, just because I know my lot is fine, is conforming. We're fine, and it seems to me just out of common sense that only 2 zones for single family homes is not that inconvenient or a burden on the city and its administration. So I don't see that as a priority. overall about order one, I so wish that these changes could be taken on after the comprehensive plan is approved, so that we have a map and we know that they are absolutely necessary. And I have a few more questions later for order 4, 5, and 6, but that's all I had to say for now, and thank you.
Thank you, Paula. You said your address at the top, right?
It's 180 Michigan Avenue.
Okay,
Thank you.
Sure.
Beth?
You're on mute.
Can I hear you?
You're still on mute.
Unmute.
There you go.
How about that? Are we okay?
Yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
we can hear you. Yep.
Sorry about that. I have muted it. Maybe I muted it back. I just have one quick question, and I don't even know if it's,
Before you start, could you just give us your full name and your
Oh,
address?
sure. Yes. Beth Strikars, 25 Woodland Street, Holyoke, Mass.
Hi, Beth.
And I don't know if this is regarding that number one.
Thank you.
But I just have a quick question. Why were the zone changes presented before the comprehensive plan was finished? That's my only question. And I don't know if it belongs here or in another area.
I did address that in my opening statement.
Perhaps I missed that. I apologize.
It's okay. Is there any other comment on section 1? Cindy.
Yes, I see Cindy.
Yeah. She had her physical hand.
Yeah, I
there.
see that, but I don't know where she went.
I was having a hard time finding the hand and now it's waving up there. So I am Cindy Schroeffler and I reside at 29 Concord Ave. And my concern is with, of course, the change from R1A to R1.
So that's number 2. And I feel like a lot of the comments are going to be on zone change number 2, on order number 2. So do you mind hanging on to comment in number 2? Because I think it's going to be very relevant to number 2. I don't think.
Okay, I need to go to the ordinance meeting. So.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
No. Continue your comment. You're here.
Okay. So my comment is that in reading on the Massachusetts websites about the zone change, it does say there that it can change your assessment. Your value of your property can be assessed higher as an R1 versus an R1A, and that will in turn affect our taxes. So as a resident, that's one of the concerns that my husband and I both have. So I'd just like that on the record.
Appreciated.
Thank you.
Oh, can you state your full name and address, please?
Yes,
I did. Cindy Schroeffler, 29 Concord Ave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Margaret?
Hi, Margaret Bartley, 32 Woods Avenue. To put this in a comment form, I am unclear about how I get more in-depth information if we're not allowed to ask questions at this meeting. And if my comment would be the clarity would be very important for me, my husband, and my neighbors to understand more about this. These terms are not in our realm. We were hopeful that tonight would be a question and answer to get more information. And my comment is, I don't know how to say it without a question, but I'm unclear as to how to resolve this and how to get more information.
Yeah.
And thank you for your work.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I understand what you're saying. My comment is also, it was unclear that this would be just a comment meeting, not a question and answer. And I've really put aside my time, like you folks have, to be able to take part in this. And so any help you can give me with that without asking a question. I heard, what was it? Planning.org. I have no idea what that is, what that goes to, how we would get responses from that. So again, not to put you in a place of asking a question, and whoever said we can't have questions, that was not clear.
Oh, no. I didn't say you can't ask questions. I said we can't go back and forth with answers tonight. Like this is
Okay,
we're like what we're hoping to gather tonight is you guys asking the questions so we can figure out where the holes are and then have discussion about what needs to change. Like these are suggestions. These are
okay.
not dictates.
Then if I can ask a few questions and not expect answers right now,
Yes.
looking at the overall picture, what is the benefit for this to all Holyoke residents? Why is this necessary? And how will it affect me personally with my property in my neighborhood and as a resident of Holyoke?
Okay.
So where would we find those answers? Can you tell me that? Or
I'm not trying to keep anything.
Oh, no,
from
no,
you.
no, no.
Like
I understand your role, but this is very
Yeah.
confusing. And again, I put my time aside to be able to get more information, to be an informed citizen of Holyoke, and to be active in my civil government. And
Yes, and we
I
appreciate you
am
being
not
here.
finding that right now.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here very much. And I think, as I said at the beginning, this is the first of like many public hearings. And I think that this is going to be the one that is going to help us understand how to move forward with this in the best way possible. Because yes, we need to figure out a process, and that's what we're learning here.
Because my understanding, looking at the information you put up, that these were pop-up meetings, so really not accessible to people who work where information was gathered. I read through what you put on the screen, and it listed a bunch of places like the library, the farmer's market, another list, but that they were pop-up meetings, and many of us who have obligations, if it's pop-up, we didn't know where they would pop up so that we could truly put our input in.
They weren't really like pop up like out of left field. Like it was
Yeah.
on social media. There was flyers that went out to the house.
So that's kind of age limiting social media. I never got a
Well,
flyer at my house.
there was flyers that was mailed to the house.
Not
It
at
was
my
on
house.
on the City of Holyoke website. The mayor made a big stink about it. There were different times, different gatherings.
But were they
I
at
am
times that people who work can attend, or they
all
were
times. They had Saturdays in the morning, Saturdays in the afternoon. They had mid-afternoon during the week. Like they literally had meetings so anybody could be accommodated. So I do apologize because I felt it was very well promoted because that's all I was seeing at one point. But this was like last year, like almost a year and a half ago. So I apologize. I hear everyone's frustration.
And
But
people
this is
that don't
something,
access social media in this way, it's very, very limiting and it's not inclusive.
and I agree with you because I have removed myself from social media and I hear a lot of things like, oh, I didn't even know that was going on. So I totally validate your feelings completely. But the flyers did go out in the mail because I got one. So maybe that's something we should look into that we missed because it is expensive. So I apologize for that. Moving forward, what I suggest is to periodically look at our meetings, what we're having, and the agenda will be on there. And just kind of just pop in and see what's going on. I will also reach out to your local city councilman and let them know how you feel. And just use, because we're here to service you.
Absolutely.
And I'm hearing like it feels a little punitive that we can't go back and forth. But right now we need you to tell us what you want. What are you confused about? And then we're gonna go back and we're gonna try to figure out how we can help everybody understand. Not everybody's gonna be happy, but we're trying really hard as a community to get this moving forward because it's been since like the 1700s, since anything's been changed in Holyoke. So we're really trying to move forward and we need your help. So I don't want you to think that we don't need you folks' input. So I just
Okay, my
wanted to.
last comment, sorry, everybody else, if I'm taking up too much time and you
No,
need dinner, but,
no.
It appears in a lot of what I did read in Hello Holyoke that our voices as voting citizens who vote for our city councilors are not going to be heard because decisions are going to be made by the planning board, not by the city council.
Okay. I want to address that. I did address that in my opening statement, but I want to address that again.
Okay.
These are recommendations that we have made to the ordinance committee. And the ordinance committee is also holding public hearings.
So
And then
should we be there instead of here?
both are valid. Both are valid. Both are hearing your concerns tonight. So, and these are the first of many public hearings. So we made recommendations to the ordinance committee. The ordinance committee took those recommendations, and now we are having public hearings to discuss them. And then we will all go back, talk about all of the public input that we've gotten, and make changes to those suggestions. And then it will go to city council to be voted on by your elected officials. We, as a planning board, cannot enact any change. We can make suggestions only. Paul, I see your hand is raised.
Yes, I see.
Yep. Thank you. I just wanted to reiterate that I certainly do want to hear questions. We may not be able to answer every question tonight simply due to the volume of participants, but I think it's very important and vitally important to our process to understand, number one, where the questions are, and number two, what we may have missed in the process to ensure that we provide an effective response. As Lauren has said, this is not a one-night process. This is a lengthy process. We want to get your feedback. We want to understand where the gaps are. We want to make sure that we understand how best to approach the answers and to be able to provide answers to your questions moving forward.
Thank you, Paul.
And I also see Amy.
Hi there. I'm kind of late to the party, so I'm just wondering if
before you continue, can you state your full name and address for the record?
I certainly can. I'm Amy Hutchins. I live at 887 Homestead Avenue in Holyoke.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just if you could, again, kind of late getting, connected, but that's okay. Just wondering if you'll be able to just offer a summary of the change. I work for a municipality, so I kind of understand your process a little bit, but what is the change? What is it? What is it now? And what are you looking to move it towards? If that's easy enough to give a short summary of, that would be great. And again, that's just my question. If you're not able to answer tonight, I don't know if this is like a public comment time. Just trying to look for the basics of what the change you're looking for.
Thank you very much. Just to go over again, the basics of what we are doing with the zoning ordinance is we're making recommendations to simplify the zoning ordinance based on the feedback that we heard from the comprehensive plan. And it's 41 changes. Some are text, some are zone simplification, and order number one is defining all of the actual zones, because we don't even have definitions in the zoning ordinance for the zones. So it's something as simple as that. Some of these are as simple as that. They are just adding definitions. Some of them are more complex. When we get to order number two, it's much more complex. So if there are no other comments for order number one, then I would like to move on to order number two, because I do feel like there's probably a lot of people here that want to talk about that.
Do we do a roll call for that, or?
No, it's all the same public hearings.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, just wanted to know.
Thank you.
Thank you. So order number two is the zone change R1A to R1. This proposed zone change will change all single-family residences in R1A parcels to the single-family residence R1, while adopting the more lenient Section 5.2 dimensional regulations from the R1A zoning district. The R1 designation was kept for the uniformity of the zoning district naming convention with the R residential and the numerical value of the number of housing units allowed. The assessor has informed us that the change of name from R1A to R1 will not have tax consequences. That is, the name of the zone is not among the factors used in assessing value for tax purposes. We are aware that some residents have raised concerns that values could rise because more density will be allowed under the new zoning. We believe that these fears are based on a misunderstanding of the proposal. A close examination shows that it will not allow for a material increase in density over that allowed by existing zoning. There is no change of allowable use between the two zones. Updates to the zoning map reflect these changes that will occur, and all references to the R1A through the zoning ordinances will be removed. The proposed zone change from existing district single-family residence R1 and single-family residence R1A to revised single-family residence R1 zoning district are about consolidating two very similar zones into one cohesive zone in order to reduce confusion, increase overall consistency, and to some extent encourage housing development. Allowed principal uses in the two zones are identical now. They will not change under the proposed consolidation. The proposed changes are to the dimensional requirements. As it exists now, R1 requires a somewhat larger minimal lot size, 11,250 square feet versus 9,500 in R1A. More frontage is required in R1 at 90 feet, and R1A is 75, and bigger front and rear side yards by about 5 feet in all cases. Under the proposal, R1A districts will become R1 districts, but this name change will not affect the requirements for any parcel in the current R1A district. No property in either current R1 or current R1A that conforms to existing dimensional and use requirements will become non-conforming under this proposal. Because R1A requirements are more permissive than current R1 requirements, any property that conforms to R1 rules also already conforms to R1A requirements. Not every building in the affected zones complies with existing requirements. Since our zoning regulations have changed over time in Holyoke, and Holyoke has many older homes. These properties are currently protected as pre-existing non-conforming structures. The proposed changes will not necessarily bring pre-existing non-conforming structures into compliance, but they will continue to be protected just as they are now. But some properties will be brought into compliance. This proposal could potentially stimulate or encourage future development in the current R1 district by modestly shrinking minimum lot size. It could allow large undeveloped parcels to be divided into smaller parcels than are currently allowable, and thus possibly allowing for a greater number of building lots. But any such change would likely be modest. The new smaller lot size would still be around 85% of the existing minimum lot size. This is not a proposal for vastly increasing density, and Holyoke has relatively few undeveloped R1 properties where it might apply. The existing agriculture and single-family residence RA district is a third single-family residential zoning district distinct from R1 and R1A, with its own principal uses and dimensional controls. The proposed zone change would not merge RA into R1 or R1A. We have received many questions regarding the combining of R1 and R1A and what the impact on property tax would be. Property tax is determined by land use code, not zone. To assuage any fear that is present for homeowners in Holyoke, we have requested assurance that these zone changes will not impact property tax from the assessor's office and are awaiting that. We are now open to public comment on order number 2. Fee and Lori.
Fee and Lori, yes.
Hi, this is Lori Thayer again. I just
you are breaking up a little bit.
Want to give some feedback. I know that you're collecting questions, but you're also collecting feedback.
Absolutely. Could you, I'm sorry.
Can you hear me any better now?
I can, yes. And
yeah, you were just breaking up just a little bit. So
I want to give the feedback.
I know you stated sorry. I know you stated your name and address earlier, but could you state it again for the record?
Certainly, yes. 110 Meadowbrook Road. Are you hearing me correctly now?
A little bit.
I wanted to give feedback.
Can you just state your name and your address for the record, please?
So sorry.
It's okay.
Lori Thayer, 110 Meadowbrook Road.
We got it now. Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you.
I apologize for the low bandwidth here. I wanted to just give feedback that I oppose the changes that would happen when you merge R1A to RA. even though you're saying that it's
it's
small
not,
changes?
It's not R1A to RA, it's R1A to R1.
To R1.
RA,
okay.
yeah, RA is a
Yes.
completely different thing. That's agriculture.
I apologize.
No,
I
no,
wanted to just give my feedback that the small zoning changes that you're describing, where it's just certain amount of feet less than we have now, I would like to give my feedback that I oppose that. Since I live on Meadowbrook and I am abutting a property that is about to be developed, my concern about that is that those houses will be too close to me.
Okay.
Were you able to receive that?
Yes, I heard you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I wanted to give for feedback.
Thank you very much for the feedback. We appreciate it.
Lauren, I don't see anybody else's hands up, but.
Oh, Paola.
Huh?
Paola just put her hand up.
Let me unmute.
Oh,
and
yeah,
again,
sorry.
Sure. Thank you for the introduction. Just a couple of comments. To me, the R1A neighborhood and the R1 neighborhood do look different, and they reflect different planning. I lived in both at different time of my life in Holyoke, but I think it's undeniable that these changes will favor more thickly settled areas. And I really would like those two single family neighborhoods to be preserved as they are. So that's why I'm opposing this change. Thank you.
Thank you. And Kaylee?
Haley?
Hi, I'm Kaylee DeGrace and I live at 99 Meadowbrook Road. And I think it's important to retain the agricultural nomenclature in R1A because it can have tax repercussions and agricultural properties can be have reduced taxes. And I think that in so many areas surrounding Holyoke, to have an agricultural zone and an agricultural by right area would actually be a better improvement than consolidating the two zones.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments on order number 2? Okay. Hearing none, let's move on to order number 3. It is hereby ordered that the RO Residential Office Zoning District and BL Business Limited Zoning District be removed from Section 3, Classes of District, and all references to the RO Residential Office Zoning Districts and BL Business Limited Zoning Districts be changed to BG General Business Zoning Districts, as well as amending the City of Holyoke zoning map to reflect the change from Residential Office and Business Limited to General Business. There's an attached map. The proposed zone change will change all parcels zoned residential office and business limited to general business, taking all of the allowed uses of each and consolidating them into one. Updates to the zoning map to reflect these changes and all references to the RO and BL throughout the zoning ordinance will be removed. This change was proposed as there is similarity in the uses found in Section 4.3 Table of Principal Uses and with the dimensions found in Section 5.2 Dimensional Regulations. Dimensional controls will be reviewed during the public hearing process. Do I have any comments on order number 3? I'm just double checking that nobody has their hand raised. Okay. So hearing none, I'm going to move on to order number 4. It is hereby ordered that the parcels along Dwight Street and Walnut Street be rezoned from the RO Residential Office Zoning District and BL Business Limited Zoning District to the DR Downtown Residential Zoning District. This proposed zone change will change parcels currently zoned residential office and limited business to downtown residential for this part of Dwight Street between the Beach and Pine Street Alley and Elm Street. DR will bring those parcels into compliance and allow future development on parcels that are currently not developable. Do I have any public comments on order number 4? Paula. Could you just state your name and address again each time?
Paula Feldadio, 180 Michigan Avenue.
Thank you.
And I only made it through number 6 on the package, so eventually I'll stop. But again, I was looking, and to me, order 4 is directly connected to the proposed comprehensive plan, page 47. And this is a block right by the post office. Am I correct?
Jeff, can you speak to that?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and it was interesting with the statement that the planning board and about keeping people safe. I think this change of zone at the right time could potentially bring a very positive development. But right now, it feels to me like it's a very dangerous area in Holyoke, where a lot of crime is committed and murders are committed just few blocks away. So to me, it goes back, shouldn't we work first to make sure that this area is safe before making a change of zone that can lead to the construction of apartment building with 60 to 200 apartment. So again, creating very large population there when the safety is not there yet. So that gives me cause for great concern.
Thank you.
Sure.
Does anyone else have a comment on order 4? Seeing none, I will move on to order 5. It is hereby ordered that the Main Street corridor be rezoned from the BH Business Highway Zoning District to the BC Downtown Business Zoning District. Please see the attached map with the proposed changes. This proposed change will change parcels on Main Street from Sargent to Appleton Street, from the alley between Race and Main, and the alley between Main and Clement, from Business Highway to Downtown Business, bringing those parcels into dimensional compliance under Section 5.2 dimensional regulations. Holyoke is unique in that it has several central business districts in the city, and this proposal further advances a change from Business Highway that began 6 years ago in trying to correct these non-conforming dimensional zoning situations. Do I have any public comment on order 5? Okay. Seeing none, I will move on to order 6. It is hereby ordered that the parcel 116-00-003 be changed from the RO Residential Office Zoning District to the RM20 Zoning District. Please see the map. This proposed zone change for parcel 116-00-003 changes from residential office to multifamily residential, 20 units per acre, which is RM20. This will bring the parcel into compliance as is currently a split zone parcel, being half RM20 and half RO, with the abutting RM20 parcels having similar use. Part of the comprehensive plan was to review the zoning map and look for zoning abnormalities or reduce spot zones and nonconformities. Do you have any public comment on Order 6?
Just one thing.
Sure.
And I think you just clarified it for me, but it is very confusing because the actual property card on the GPS Holyoke actually makes it appear all as RM20. So the card doesn't say RM2/RO. It just says RM2, which is short for RM20.
No, so what the issue with that is that the assessor's Patriot system can only hold one, it can't hold multiple characters beyond 4 characters. So in the case of split zone, it's just, for whatever reason, the whatever you're seeing it as is what's coming up. But it actually follows, it's actually kind of shaped like an L on its side. And the way the property goes, the easterly part is zoned RO, and how it goes, it's kind of hard to depict in this map. But the parcel actually goes to the west or east-west, and it continues to the left. And so it's RO to the right, and to the south, it's zoned RM20.
Okay.
But the assessor's record can only show one of the zoning identities there. It can't show both.
Yeah, and thank you for the clarification, but and I think that's important for the public because I've been trying to go through this package and looking up everything, and that was like a major confusion because it looked like there was attempting a change of zone where the zone was already just that. But Lauren, thank you for clarifying for me, and thank you Jeff for clarifying.
Yeah, no problem. Does anyone else have a comment on Order number 6? Hearing none, let's move on to Order number 7. It is hereby ordered that the Section 8.6 entryway business district be removed from the City of Holyoke zoning ordinance. The BE business entryway zoning district be removed from Section 3.0 classes of district, and all references to the BE entryway district be removed from the Holyoke zoning ordinance. This proposed zone change will remove the BE from all references throughout the zoning ordinance. The BE districts have not been utilized by anyone and were a product of the previous 1999 comprehensive plan. And part of the comprehensive plan this round was to review the zoning ordinance and remove or reduce any unused districts and clutter. So there's currently nothing zoned as this. And no one has had the appetite to use this zoning. Do I have any questions from the public? Hearing none, I'm going to move on to Order number 8. It is hereby ordered that the OP Office Park Zoning District be removed from Section 3.0 classes of districts and Section 8.5, and all references to the OP zoning district be removed from the Holyoke zoning ordinance. This proposed zone change will remove Office Park and all references to it throughout the zoning ordinance. There are no parcels zoned OP, and IP fulfills the need for this designation. Part of the comprehensive plan was to review the zoning ordinance and remove or reduce any unused districts and clutter. Do I have any comments from the public on Order 8? Okay, moving on to Order 9. The current Section 2.0 definitions in this order need to be updated for clarity. The current definitions seem to overlap or contradict each other. Updating these definitions will help to minimize non-conforming uses as well. It is hereby ordered that the following definitions be amended in Section 2.0 definitions of the Holyoke zoning ordinance. Membership club. Definition would now be buildings, structures, and premises used by a nonprofit social or civic organization or by a nonprofit organization catering exclusively to members and their guests for social, civic, recreational, or athletic purposes, which are not conducted primarily for gain and provided there are no vending stands, merchandising, or commercial activities except as it may be required generally for the membership and purposes of such organization. Banquet hall, restaurant, pro shop, spa, and retail sales shall be permitted for the general public and members and guests of the club or organization, and there shall be no external evidence, however incidental, nor any access except for service to any such space other than from within the building. In the case of such clubs, organizations having outdoor recreational facilities, the provisions governing such uses shall apply. Motor vehicle repair garage, an establishment other than an auto body repair or paint shop, which is licensed in accordance with Section 22-131 of the City of Holyoke Code of Ordinances, and which provides services such as major repairs and the installation of automotive accessories and other similar products, providing that all servicing be carried out inside the building. Motor vehicle service station, a filling station with gasoline pumps with or without EV charging stations where minor repairs are made. Services may include such uses as engine tune-ups, installation and service of electronic equipment such as radios and brakes or muffler shops, provided that all services be carried out inside a building. Motor vehicle repair minor. Services to motor vehicle that include changing or repairing tires, lubrication, replacing fan belts, oil and air filters, installing light bulbs, batteries, and windshield wipers. Motor vehicle repair major. Services to motor vehicles that include maintenance or replacement not defined as minor, such as removal of or rebuilding of engines, repair of internal engine components, repair or removal of differentials or axles, and brake work beyond simple pad replacement and minor adjustments. Do I have any comments from the public on order number 9? Okay. Hearing none, let's move on to order number 10. Currently, there are several terms used in the zoning ordinance that lack definition. This order will add definition where needed. It is hereby ordered that the following definition be added in Section 2, definitions of the Holyoke zoning ordinance. Data center, a building or series of buildings that house and supports the high performance servers, storage systems, networking equipment, and related computing infrastructure and equipment necessary for storing, processing, and distributing data and applications. Electric vehicle, a battery electric vehicle that draws propulsion energy solely from an onboard electrical energy storage device during operation that is charged from an external source of electricity, or a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle with an onboard electrical energy storage device that can be recharged from an external source of electricity, which also has the capability to run on another fuel source. Electric vehicle charging facility. A cluster of 2 or more component assemblies designed specifically to charge batteries within electric vehicles, with the sole use of the facility being electric vehicle charging services. Electric vehicle charging services. The transfer of electrical energy from an electric vehicle charging station to a battery or other storage device in an electric vehicle, and billing services, network and operations and maintenance. Electric vehicle charging station, an electric component assembly or cluster of component assemblies designed specifically to charge batteries within electric vehicles by permitting the transfer of electric energy to a battery or other storage device in an electric vehicle. Levels of charging include level 1, providing charge through a 120 volt AC plug, level 2, providing charging through a 240 volt residential or 208 volt commercial applications electrical service, and level 3, providing direct current fast charging equipment enabling rapid charging along heavy traffic corridors at installed stations at power outputs of up to 500 kilowatts. Golf course, grounds where the recreational game of golf is played, consisting of a series of holes, typically 9 to 18, with teeing grounds, fairways, roughs, greens, and hazards, where there may also be pro shops, small restaurants, and banquet facilities. Mobile home park, a lot or parcel that is occupied by 2 or more mobile homes intended for dwelling purposes for periods of 90 days or more. Do I have any comments about order number 10? If not, we can move on to order number 11. It is hereby ordered that multi-family dwellings be allowed by right in IG and SC zones. This is an update to the table of principal uses. Any comments? Order number 12. Section 4.3.A.7 special permit, section 7.7 independent living, retirement communities, continuing care retirement communities, and assisted living communities. It is hereby ordered that independent living, retirement, and assisted living be allowed by right in its current zones. And then, sorry, my packet skipped. Do I have any comments? So order number 13, section 4.3.C.13, outdoor sales lots for new and used motor vehicles and trucks and marine and recreational vehicles. It is hereby ordered that motor vehicle, trailer, and/or boat sales and rentals be changed to planning board special permit in place of the current city council of special permits. So the idea behind this was that the planning board is the reviewing authority for dimensional regulations and technical. So we would be able to review the special permits in a more detailed way and be able to render decisions with findings. Are there any comments from the public on this? To order number 14. Oh wait, sorry, go back. So I see that in the packet we have the order that has the text changes that go with the chart updates. So this would be taking it out of chronological order. Is the board okay with me doing this? Where I talk about the update to the chart and then talk about the update to the text change right after. So it kind of holds hands. Any thoughts, guys?
So just for the record, Madam Chairman, Chairperson, just we added this here just as in case the question, if questions arose, being granted to your point, chronologically, this would be out of order. But I don't know if you wish to do that. I mean, obviously it's up to you and or the board. But it was just added there in case any dialogue came up because of why it kind of felt weird to just include the chart without including the text. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay. Members of the board, what are your thoughts? Friends? Board members?
Yeah, whatever you want to do, it all has to get done. So whatever's more comfortable and easier for the folks.
I honestly didn't think we were going to get this far today. I expected to.
Me too. I'm kind of excited.
So the way the packet's put together, just double checking it with Jeff and Parker, like the text changes come back up again later in the packet, right? So if I continue to just go through it in
Correct.
chronological order, because that's what I said I was doing at the top, so I don't like changing a plan.
Right. So
I've
these will
already-
eventually be coming, and they're going to seem duplicative, but it's just a case of the way it fell in the ordinance. The use chart came first, so that's kind of the way the package was put together based on the zoning ordinance, and it's the way it's ordered.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna just stick to chronological if everyone's cool with that, just because that's what I said I was doing.
Works for me.
Okay. So where did I leave off? Was it 13 or 14?
14.
Okay, did I read it out loud already? Sorry.
I do not believe you did.
Okay, great. So order 14. It is hereby ordered that motor vehicle body repair or paint be changed to a planning board special permit in place of the current city council special permit. So this would change it in BG and BH from city council to planning board. For the same reasons that I mentioned, the special permits being changed previously. Do I see any, or do I have any comments on order number 14? Order number 15. It is hereby ordered that motor vehicle service station be changed to a planning board special permit in place of the current city council special permit. And that would affect BG, BH, and SC, moving the special permit from city council to planning board. Any comments? Order number 16. It is hereby ordered that any commercial drive-through use be changed to a planning board special permit in place of the current city council special permit, and that the title be renamed to drive-through facility or use with drive-through service to match section X. And this would change the special permit granting authority in BC, BG, BH, and IG, moving it from city council to planning board for the same reasons I stated previously. Any comments? I'm going to keep going, and if somebody raises a hand, if somebody wants to alert me that a hand has been raised, that would be awesome. Okay, so order number 17. It is hereby ordered that the new wireless communications facility principal use be added to section 4.3 table of principal uses under the name wireless communications facility antenna. The new special permit for antennas will have the same zoning specifications as facilities. One of our members was kicked out of the meeting accidentally. Can you let them back in? They should be in the waiting room. Great, thank you. This would add in under principal uses 35B wireless communications facility. I'm sorry, can you guys hear my dog?
No.
Okay, great. She's barking her head off, and I just didn't want it to be annoying to everyone else. So 35B wireless communications facility antenna, and that is currently a special permit of planning board. So, sorry, I just lost the plot here.
We're basically adding a third element because there's a third, yeah.
Yeah. So we're adding another principal use, which would also be a special permit by planning board, which the wireless communications facility already is. Order number 18. It is hereby ordered that marijuana facilities have 4 special permits to be added as principal uses to section 4.3 table of principal uses: cultivation, manufacturing, processing, retail, delivery, and marijuana testing facility. The new special permits will have the same zoning specifications as the current facility. So all this is that we are breaking it into 4 uses instead of the current 1 use. Order number 19. It is hereby ordered that quarrying or other extractive operation be renamed to earth materials removal. We are simply updating the name of the principal use and removing the zones that we are proposing to. All of these have the zones that we are proposing to remove removed. Order number 20. It's hereby ordered that the motor vehicle repair garage special permit be changed to a planning board special permit in place of the current city council special permit. So we are changing it from city council to planning board in BG, BH, and SC. Order number 21. It is hereby ordered that section 4.3, table of principal uses, boarding house, be amended to reflect the following text change. So previously it was boarding house more than 4 boarders, and now it is boarding house 4 or more boarders. And then just removing it from the zones that are being removed. Order number 22. Special permit section 7.7, independent living retirement communities, continuing care retirement communities, and assisted living communities. It is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to section 7.7, independent living retirement communities, continuing care requirement communities, and assisted living communities of the Holyoke zoning ordinance. So we are removing the special permit and allowing them by right. Correct?
Correct. And also note that there was a Scrivener's error under 773, 773, 2 and 3, and that the reference to special permit should be removed in both of those locations.
Yes. Thank you. Order number 23, special permit section 7.2.7, bed and breakfast. It is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to 7.2.7, bed and breakfast. And it's adding in the text of the bed and breakfast must be established in one of the following zones: RA, R1, R2, RM20, RM40, RM60, DR, BC, BG, and BH. Order number 24. Special permit section 7.2.13, outdoor sales lots for new and used motor vehicles and trucks and marine recreational. It is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to 7.2.1.3, outdoor sales lots for new and used motor vehicles and trucks and marine and recreational vehicles of the Holyoke zoning ordinance, including changing the granting authority to the planning board. So we are doing some text changes, which takes out sales and says lots for sale or rental. Taking the special, this is the same as which order for the chart?
I believe it's order 12.
So if you are looking at order 12, it's the same. It's the text changes that go along with the orders. Sorry, I just need to pause for a second and close my door. My dog is having big reactions to people walking around the neighborhood because it's nice out. And then it's just, we also are adding a change to the number of site plan copies required, and that we're asking for a digital PDF.
This one goes with 13, not 12, sorry.
And we're also saying who these plans go to, changing it from the city clerk and city council to the planning board, since we are going to be the reviewing authority. And once the application is received by the planning department, a copy of the application shall be forwarded to the city engineer instead of us, because we will have already had a copy, and the hearing will be held at planning board meeting. And the license required will be receiving a special permit from the planning board instead of city council. And it's important to note that the special permit is required for all outdoor sales lots, while a license is required for all that are open to the public. I'm going to ask to take a break for a minute, just from reading. If we can just have, like, if anybody is here with a comment on, I'm just going to take a minute to give the public opportunity to make a comment on anything we haven't talked about yet, just to give my voice a rest for a second.
I'll interject while Lauren is taking a break to wonder, Jeff and team, would it be useful to drop into the chat any existing website resources from the City of Holyoke around comprehensive plan presentations or existing zoning
Can do
documentation?
that.
So I see a lot of concerns in the chat. So if anybody has any concerns, please come forward.
Fee and Lori?
Did I hear you say that one of the items that we're coming up to has to do with tax changes?
No. Mm-mm.
I thought I heard.
Text
Yeah,
changes.
text, T-E-X-T, not text.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. Again, our intention with updating the zoning ordinance has nothing to do with taxes.
that clear.
I think you froze again. I'm sorry. But I hope we clarified that for you. Okay. Hearing no other comments, let's pick up at order number. Oh. Ryan is texting into the chat. We did discuss order number 23, but did you have a comment on order number 23?
I think it was that, I think
Three. Order number 3.
Correct.
Sorry, no, I don't have any comments right at this moment. I just was curious about if you all have taken any action, one way or the other, on number 3, agenda item number 3.
So we took public comments on it, and that's the purpose of this evening's meeting, is to hear what the public has to say on everything.
Gotcha.
And then we will take those comments and go back into our meeting and continue to hold more public hearings to get more public comments. And then eventually we will make our recommendation to City Council, who will then have their.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any kind of. So you all are just going to make a recommendation at some point on that item. That's a City Council item. And how you said you're going to continue to take comments on it at different every time you have a meeting. Okay. Because I know I have a client on right now that probably has some comments to make, but I don't know if we're prepared to make them right now. So maybe at the next meeting.
Okay, and then at the end of tonight's meeting, we are going to discuss when we're going to continue to.
Yep.
So I would just say continue to monitor the Holyoke website to see what, because it may not be our next meeting, it might be the meeting after that we pick this up again. So it will be on our agenda when it is being taken up again.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. And those are always posted to the Holyoke website. So
thank you.
Yes.
Ryan, can we please have your, well, I guess your full name and address just for the record?
Yes,
Sure.
thank you.
Sure. My full name's Ryan McCullum, McCollum as in Mary. My address, I live in Long Meadow, so my address is 12 Long Meadow Street, Long Meadow, Massachusetts.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I lost my place. We're on number 25. Great. Thank you. Order number 25. It is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to section 7.2.13. B, motor vehicle body repair or paint shop of the Holyoke zoning ordinance, including changes to the granting authority to the planning board. So this is text changes in the zoning ordinance, and we are shifting the granting authority from city council. We're proposing shifting the granting authority from city council to planning board. And then it would also be removing the districts that we are proposing to remove throughout the text. So all of those updates would take place with this proposal, and also updating the number of copies of the site plan and requiring a digital PDF file as well. Order number 26. Special permit section 7.2.1. And it's ordered that the following changes be made to 7.2.1 motor vehicle service station of the Holyoke zoning ordinance, including changing the granting authority to the planning board. So the text changes here reflect changing that granting authority to planning board instead of city council. And then there's also the adding in the RC. Sorry, Jeff, is that because it was just missing? It was like on the
Let me see. Yes. For number 27?
Nope, 26.
Oh, sorry, 26.
Oh no, oh no.
No. I mean, at this point, that's just another Scrivener's error based on the original proposed submission. So that RC should be stricken from this proposal.
Okay, great. And I see that there's another question in the chat of how many orders are there? There are 41. We are currently on 27. 27, order number 27, it is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to section 7.1.6.2, drive-through facility or use with a drive-through service of the Holyoke zoning ordinance, including changing the granting authority to the planning board. So this is a text change that will change the granting authority to the planning board so that we can review the site plan in a very technical way as we are charged with. Order number 28, special permit, section 7.3, removal of earth materials. It's hereby ordered that in section 7.3, removal of earth materials be renamed to earth materials removal to match the section 4.3 table of principal uses. So this is just a simple text change that instead of saying removal of earth materials, it will say earth materials removal. Order number 29. It is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to section 4.7.3, non-conforming structures other than single and two family structures at the Holyoke zoning ordinance, including changing the granting authority to the planning board. So again, this is changing the text and the granting authority to reflect the granting authority with planning board, because one of our main tasks is to review site plans in a technical way and make sure that dimensional regulations are being followed. Order number 30. It is hereby ordered that the following change be made to section 4.7.5, non-conforming single-family and two-family structures of the Holyoke zoning ordinance, including changing the names to the granting authority. So this, again, is changing the granting authority from city council to planning board. Order 31. It is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to section 5.3, special permits to exceed height limitations of the Holyoke zoning ordinance, including changing the granting authority to the planning board. So again, changing the granting authority to planning board and adding in BG, which is business general. Special permit section 7.2.8, adult entertainment of Holyoke zoning ordinance. No, adult entertainment of the Holyoke, sorry. Section 7.2.8, adult entertainment of the Holyoke zoning ordinance. And the change is that it will no longer be allowable in business general, because we are removing business general, correct?
We are not, but we are potentially changing other zones to BG, such as BL, and we wouldn't want those uses in those zones at that point. So we're just further refining it to business, highway, and IG.
Thank you for the correction on that. Number 33, it is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to section 8.3.3 uses available to special permit of the Holyoke zoning ordinance. So this is adding in that motor vehicle light service shall be allowed by special permit from the planning board in the community and retail shopping centers. Order number 34. It is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to section 4.6 fences of the Holyoke zoning ordinance. It is changing under the section 4.6.3 under height that fences, it used to say fences along both the front and side property lines in a front yard shall not exceed 4 feet in height, and now it is saying or front yard setback. And we are adding in that in the event that a fence is required pursuant to state or federal law, and said state or federal law requires minimum fence height in excess of those permitted by right under this section, nothing herein shall be constrained to prohibit or require a special permit for such a fence. So saying that if it's dictated by state law, then we don't have purview over it. Order number 35, special permit. It's hereby ordered that the following changes be made to section 7.10.5.4 marijuana facilities operational requirements of the Holyoke zoning ordinance. And this is saying a special permit shall be valid for only the site. We're changing where the special permit is. Instead of it being a registered entity, it changes to the site in which the approval was issued, and only for the site on which the marijuana establishment has been authorized. So it stays with the site rather than the business. Order number 36. It's hereby ordered that the following changes be made to the City of Holyoke zoning ordinance section 7.2.13.a motor vehicle repair garage. And this is again changing the special permit granting authority to the planning board and changing the requirements of submission to 7 copies instead of 5, and asking for a digital PDF, and just changing the language of who the review process is and who the special permit granting authority is. Order number 37, special, it is hereby ordered that the content from section 6.4.10 enforcement be removed to section 1.5 effective date, and that the content from section 1.5 effective date be moved to section 1.6. So this is a organizational change of we're just pulling up things in an order in which they make sense now. So the current section 6.4.10 is enforcement, and we're moving that up to section 1.5 instead of being in 6.4.10. Number 38. It is hereby ordered that the following changes be made to section 3.3 boundary disputes of the Holyoke zoning ordinance. So currently it states where the location of a boundary line is uncertain, the building commissioner shall determine its position in accordance, and we are updating it to say surveyor licensed to practice within the state of Massachusetts and hired by the property owner, so that it's a proper reviewing authority and it's not on someone whose job it is not to survey. Hang on one second, just gotta turn on a light. It's getting hard. All right, we're back. Order 39, it's hereby ordered that the following changes may be made to section 7.2.6 boarding houses of Holyoke zoning ordinance. And this is a special permit may be granted for boarding houses containing rooms for, previously it said more than 4 boarders. Now we are suggesting it should say 4 or more boarders in the following districts, which is no change to districts. Order number 40. It is hereby ordered that under section 9.3 special permits, new language be adopted to reflect the submission requirements for planning board special permits where the planning board is the granting authority. And so this is in fees in 9.3.6, we are changing it to who the special permit granting authority is, which is planning board. And it is number 41. It is hereby ordered that section 5.2 table of dimensional regulations be revised by removing zoning districts RO, BL, BE, and OP with the changes shown in the following pages. And this also reflects the combination of R1 and R1A. And as you can see, we have taken the more lenient zoning dimensional regulations between R1 and R1A and combined those. And now I will open this up to the public to hear if you have any comments overall on the package.
Lauren, could you clarify the more lenient, what you define as the more lenient dimensional regulations?
Sure. Can you pull back up that chart, Parker? So under R1, the current minimum parcel area is 11,250 square feet. And under R1A, it's 9,500 square feet. So we are proposing adopting the 9,500 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
And the minimum area per dwelling unit, the same. Frontage is currently 90 in R1 and 75 in R1A. We're proposing adopting the more lenient 75. The depth is the same, so no changes there. The rear yard is 35 feet in R1 and 30 feet in R1A. We are proposing adopting 30 feet. The side yard is currently the same. The side yard, both side yards is currently 25 in R1 and 20 in R1A. We're proposing adopting 20. The max stories is the same, the max height is the same, and the max building coverage is 30 in R1A and 35 in R1. And we are proposing 35. We did not, there's a Scrivener's error there, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be 35.
Yes.
Okay. And then we're also updating BG.
Correct.
So do any members of the board have any further questions, or do any members of the public have further comments? Jeff?
Just me. I just want to add one more thing. After seeing it in print, one thing that the board will want to consider under order number 40 is that they may want to split that paragraph under 936 concerning fees, because the city council still has its own special permits in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
So you would probably want to keep city council at their fee rate, and you would probably then want to say and planning board at its fee rate.
Okay.
But that's something else we can. I just wanted to kind of call it out because in case I just have, it might be a further discussion item, whether it be in the zoning subcommittee or amongst the board, that we don't want to necessarily take the city council's fee and take it off this document 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
But add the planning board. So like I said, it can be further discussed. But
so hearing no more comments from the public, can we talk about as a board when we think it makes sense to take this up again for further discussion? I was thinking it might make sense to not continue to next meeting, but the meeting after, to give us a little time to regroup, get the feedback, and we can just like have a normal business meeting next time and then the time after.
I think I'd also like to coordinate with ordinance subcommittee to make sure that we're not meeting the same night they are.
Their next meeting is May 7th, so we would not, we would not be.
Okay. I just want to make sure we don't repeat this issue again.
Yes.
You think there's a legitimate argument to be made that we should not be meeting on the same night?
Yes, agreed. Okay. So are we in agreement to continue to May 12th?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a motion to continue this?
Seconded.
Roll call vote for Lauren,
Yes.
Rosanna,
Yes, ma'am.
Paul,
Yes.
and Scott.
Yes.
All right. So, do I have a motion to open the public hearing for the comprehensive plan discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote for Lauren,
Yes.
Rosanna,
Yes, ma'am.
Paul,
Yes.
and Scott.
Yes.
Can I just ask to clarify what was just opened?
The public, oh, sorry, I made up a public hearing.
Okay. So at this point, I'm assuming that you just made a motion to open the planning board meeting.
That's what I intended to do.
Okay, thank you. It's 7:40. Okay.
Sorry, let's.
Well, just wanted to clarify for the minute's sake.
Yeah, should we redo that for?
Sure.
It was a long,
Yeah, I would
long
like
session.
that just for a minute's sake.
Yeah, so go ahead and.
So moved.
Thank you guys. Sorry, it was a lot of reading.
It's
Yeah.
been
Alright.
a long meeting with lots of details.
Who's second?
Seconded.
Roll call vote for Lauren,
Yes.
Rosanna,
Yes, ma'am.
Scott,
Yes.
and Paul.
Yes.
Okay, so for items 1 and 2, we're going to take up our discussion at the April 28th meeting on those. And then item number 3, we close that hearing and have no further information. Item number
But at this
4.
point, is the board, the board's
Oh.
going to table that, the discussion and bring that up on the 28th to render a recommendation?
For
Cannabis
the zoning?
timeframes?
Oh, okay. I guess we can discuss it. Is everyone up for some discussions at this point? Or is everyone fried?
Sure.
Sure.
We can try a little bit.
I mean, yeah. Yes.
Okay. So for the zone change, I mean, at our recommendation at this point is just that there's no further information, right? And without more information, we need more information in order to consider any zone change.
Yes.
So
what we can do is we can put that into a form of a recommendation letter and forward it to you for your review, and then we can provide it to, shortly thereafter, to the ordinance committee.
okay. So we're in agreement as a board that at this point we can't do anything with a zone change because we have no information, and a letter being sent back to city council saying such is good, correct?
Yes.
Scott?
And the origin of this was a request or the beginning of the cannabis extended timeframes. Where did this start? When did it come over to us from city council?
So it came
That has
from
not been followed through on, right?
It came from Councilor Riviera on the request of the former OPED director.
Yes.
And that was informed by cannabis businesses, but that OPED director is no longer with us, and nobody seems to have any input from any of the businesses. So at this point, we can't do anything.
Seems like a dead letter.
Yes. Yeah. That's basically what we need to say is like, we don't have anything on this and we can't do a zone change. Or like, we have no recommendations about a zone change because we have no information.
Mm-hmm.
So the letter will reflect that back to the city council. Okay, so next item. Zone change, comprehensive plan revisions.
So obviously that hearing has been continued to the May 12th meeting, so there's nothing further on that.
Okay. And then comprehensive plan discussion. Guys, we're getting well, go ahead.
That's really nothing. That was just placed there because we've kept it in this location for the past 12 plus months, just in case there was something else to discuss.
I think there's a little something to discuss.
Oh, okay.
You're getting very close with the text edits that we are very close to sending to agency. So we should be seeing a final draft within the next like 4 to 6 weeks that we can choose to vote to adopt. So that feels like progress.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's significant news. How will this become available to the public?
So once we adopt it as a planning board, then it becomes the city's document.
Yes.
And it's kind of up to the city to figure out what the rollout plan is. If there is a rollout plan, if it's just like add it to the website, if there's some events around it. There was beginnings of discussion around that yesterday, but situation is unclear. Our role is to finish it and to approve it and then hand it over to the city. Wow, just got crazy outside. All right. Do we have any project updates?
So under later this afternoon, I emailed to you all an email from Andrew, spacing his name and I shouldn't, Andy Platt, and he's from Bowler Engineering. And this is related to Open Square File 166. And just for the record's sake, he said that he heard back from his clients and that they are currently working on the interior work. Framing is complete. All system rough-ins are in mid-construction, but they have not started site work yet and hope to start in the next 2 to 3 months. And this is relative to the Open Square project, having 84 residential units in the old Open Square building on, between Lyman and Dwight.
Awesome.
Item number B, relative to amendments. I did receive an email from Dietz Construction and Berkshire. They are asking if they could be, if this topic could be tabled and put on the April 28th meeting.
I don't see a problem with that. Does anyone else?
It's just minor changes for what it's worth, and they're just seeking, they're a good designer, good developer, good project. They just want to come back to the board and do things right. And so there's minor amendments to each of those sites that they're seeking your approval on.
Great. So we'll hear them on April 28th.
Geez, Lauren, you weren't kidding.
What? With the weather?
It just got wild here.
Yeah, it totally did.
There was nothing 2 minutes ago.
It literally just started right now too in my house.
Yeah, it just like rolled through from the mountain. Yeah. Okay. Meeting schedule.
Okay, so if I may just briefly review, on April 28th, we have a continuation of a zone change about native plants. This was continued from 3/24. We also have the Library Commons amendments that I just mentioned. We've also got the signs for Dick's House of Sports, notice of decision discussion, as well as the Holyoke Community Charter School notice of decision discussion for their new sign proposal, to be located out at the street pylon. And then after that, we have the continuation of the 1 through 41 orders that we just mentioned on May 12th. And then on May 26th, technically we're due a American Environmental Project update. And this was tabled or continued from the 11/18/25 meeting. Currently, we have nothing planned for June 9th. Currently, we have nothing planned for June 23rd. As a note, if any of yous have vacations coming up, please let us know so we can kind of account for that as moving forward throughout the summer, just so that way we're not trying to book meetings and don't have a quorum or won't have a quorum.
You've received my information, correct?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Thank you.
July 14th.
Yep.
It's pouring out here now too. It's like buckets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. That'll be a pleasant walk to the car in a few minutes, right?
Refreshing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a warm day, so.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, I can hear it now. Yep.
So under other business, we have Mount Tom
So this was something that Eric was going to bring forward. There is a letter rather in the Google Drive. I don't see him here. It's relative to him reviewing a project with you and seeking some sort, I don't think there'll be a problem if we continue that continue is not the right word, table that to the next April 28th meeting.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like it will be a pretty light.
Straightforward.
Yeah. So. And then minutes. Did everyone get to review the minutes
How do they look?
in the drive? Do you want to, Parker, can you just pull them up for us?
I can do it too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Thank you.
1 second. Oh my God, it's so bad.
It's already
All I hear is rain.
it's already kind of simmered
Yeah,
down.
it's bad.
Yeah, no, there's not that much here right now. It's raining, but it's not heavy. No wind.
Oh, it's very heavy over here.
Hopefully, I'm not getting a second wave.
Oh, there we go. I said it.
I move we approve the minutes as presented.
Do we have a second? Scott or Rosanna, would you second?
Sorry, I was trying to navigate to the file, but yes, second.
Roll call vote for Lauren.
Yes.
Rosanna.
Yes, ma'am.
Paul.
Yes.
And Scott.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll have more in next meeting, but
do I have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, so moved.
whoa. I thought this was going to be a later meeting. I love it.
I would bet that
Lauren, great work tonight.
I know.
Thank you,
I was like,
Lauren.
oh,
No,
we're gonna
you-
be here
you
till
guys killed it.
midnight. We're gonna have people cussing us out. I was thinking the worst.
I think
You guys killed it.
yeah, I think that it's probably going to happen at the next one. But, you know.
Well,
But no, thank you guys all for bearing with all of it and have a really really great night. But do we have to vote on closing? Yes, we do,
Vote
right?
to adjourn, but Lauren, can you stay on just for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Second.
Roll call vote for Lauren,
Yes, please.
Rosanna,
Yes, ma'am.
Scott,
yes.
and Paul.
Yes.
And
Awesome, guys.
Thank you all.
before we all
Great.
sign off, just like thank you so much to Parker and Jeff and Brianna for like rolling with that, presenting, answering technical questions, calling on people. Like you guys were all amazing tonight, and we appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Lauren.
Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Hi, guys.
Good night.
Okay, who else is still here? Lauren, so thank you for
Hang on a
staying.
second.
Oh.
Hang on a second, Jeff. There's a
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a host, so I can't.
Oh, gotcha. Let me see here.
To the member of the public, we're done with our meeting now.
I'm just trying to figure out how to give me 1 second. Okay, so thanks for just staying on this couple more seconds. So
I mean, I got hours back tonight. Like
that's right. I mean, I'm assuming. Well, fortunately, now we don't have to discuss this again until May 12th.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to have Brianna do tomorrow is basically print out all the comment letters.
Yeah.
And, you know, as much as some of them are important, I mean, I guess they're all important. I don't want to, you know, but I'm going to try to take out the actual value to them and
Yeah.
compile that. But then I was thinking that we should reconvene our little zoning subcommittee meetings. I mean, you normally hear, and that's, you know, you maybe at the end of next week or sometime next week, you want to come in or the following week
Yeah.
where we can kind of go through this. Because like even there was I know there was a couple comments I think I wrote down that were like legitimate comments and
Yeah,
that, you know,
I think we should do like a frequently asked questions presentation at the next one of like, you know, like, thank you so much for your public feedback. This is the question
Right.
that we heard, and that's how we can present them. Because I don't think we need to take up the orders in order again.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, especially the ones where there was no comments.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know how Kate's doing right now. I mean, hopefully, I'd love to think that she's already home.
I doubt that.
I doubt it too, but I mean, I was just wishful thinking. But you know, there were a couple things that, like, if there was a way to like that one woman who, you know, said that she was taking the time to be here. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's Cynthia Lovelace, who is the woman who said that she works for city government and understands. She did email. And I'll forward that to you. I mean, it's very simple. She just wants to know about grandfathering on her property. But
Yeah.
honestly, I was thinking about that's a simple what she's asking. I'm going to see if she'll actually call, if I can get a phone number or if she can call me, because I think it's easier for me to answer her than trying to create an email around it, you know? But like, you know, she's wondering because I mean, she happens to be in an R1A zone. So I mean, the email would basically say is everything is remaining the same for you. It's just that you're going to what's considered to be a name of R1. I mean, I'll say it better than that. But
Yeah.
but the thing is, you know, she's asking about grandfathering and looking at her property. She's already she would be considered a pre-existing non-conforming currently,
Yeah.
and then in R1 she's going to be a pre-existing one existing. You know, I mean, there's no. I mean, she basically just needs to know that the only change that's being made is we're removing the A.
Yeah, I really felt like every question that was asked, I had answered in my preamble.
Yes, you did. And like, one thing that I didn't want to open up the debate on to this discussion was when Paula, no, that Kaylee just, I'm gonna call it
Oh,
Kaylee.
yeah, I had already said it in my brief.
Right, right. I mean, there is no RA element there. It doesn't meet the requirements of RA. That's
Right.
an old hanger-oner from 1940, 1971 that never fulfilled its need because still under RA you need 5 acres. R1A didn't add an extra use.
And maybe we just like create a frequently asked questions document
Right,
that we can put up on the planning website
right,
and just say, thank you very much to the members of the public. These are all the questions that we received, or these are the questions that came up multiple times.
right.
We hope, and then we can state it at our public meeting that it's there. We can read it into the record. I
Right.
feel like that's the way to go, right? Because
Yeah.
we didn't people are just what I got is people were mad about the way it was noticed
Right.
and that they didn't understand the R1 to R1A.
Right.
And that's pretty much all I got.
It is, but I will say though that on behalf of all, I still, even what I had said earlier, I still think at this point we should remove the RO.
Right. Yes.
That's a staff recommend. After seeing it, hearing it, and realizing it, I think that if I'll take the hit, not a hit, we don't have to take any hit, but I would just argue that not arguing. I would just say that we should remove the RO because there's
After
too many
hearing
other
public-
complications.
Yeah, after hearing public feedback, we realized
Yeah.
something that we thought was easy was more complicated. Like whatever
Right.
verbiage
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
I'm too tired right now to come up with
Me
anything.
too. I hear you.
But we can certainly put that in the frequently asked questions and read that into the record and state it to the city council. Like, we're actually going to retract this recommendation.
Right. Right.
I don't know what the proper mechanism is for that, but thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know what the proper way to do that is. Like, how do we
Well,
retract?
No, I think at the end of the day, we have to the board will have to make a re-recommendation. So the board put this out, Mimi sponsored it. We're now, after hearing the hearings, we're now almost re-recommending that, okay, order number one, proceed as drafted. Number two, proceed at, basically, I think we're going to make a statement back to the board's own draft.
Okay.
Based on public information, letters received, comment letters, this is what we're doing. And despite, I think better judgment would say that people don't understand the R1A to R1, but so I would think that, and without saying that to any way disparage anyone, I think that it should come back as, that the board is still pursuing this based on what's best for the city, but not necessarily these 12 naysayers.
Yeah, and I think what we do is like in the frequently asked questions document, we define RA. We put everything there for RA. We do the same for R1 and R1A, and then we
Right.
show it merged together
Right.
so that people see like these are really different things. Like this is the allowable uses, this is blah, 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 like all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's probably going to be 2 pages. Fine.
Well, I mean, even that, but that, at this point, because maybe if it's better, more directed, say, taking the comparison chart with the R1, R1A, and RA and putting it on that sheet.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because it's there, but people probably don't know to look for it. But we'll FAQ it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just some dialogue about it, which makes, I mean,
Right.
honestly, I didn't even feel like people were jerky tonight.
Well, if you noticed, what was his name? John Greeny or whatever that Green, he was in the room. He was here, but then left to the city council.
Yeah. But even like Paula, who's been a bit challenging,
Yeah.
started by saying like, I appreciate everyone's work.
Sure. But so to your point, I was thinking about it after. I think all she had was the final like draft copy of the orders to the council. I don't think she had the real comp plan.
But she referenced a page of the comp plan.
Okay. Then I guess I don't know. I mean, because all that would have, we never, I don't even have a good, I mean, the only people that would have had a draft of that would have been Kate, Mimi, yourself, myself, Parker. I mean, I didn't give it to anybody.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Mimi did, but Mimi would have been the closest thing to it.
But
And
they
I'm
don't-
not, you know, but
I think we should definitely focus in the next week on making sure that we get everything to agency.
yes. Well, so tomorrow my plan is to pretty much, because today Mimi really went through all the comments again.
Oh, great.
So, and because I must have at least 21, 30 emails that say, you know, these have been updated. So tomorrow I'm gonna go through all of that stuff again
Okay.
and hopefully resolve it all. You know, but I mean, some of that stuff, it may not even be within my my ability to, it may not even be within my ability to answer. And that's why, like I said, I don't want to necessarily change stuff when it's everybody else. It's not my document, it's your document kind of thing.
Yes.
But what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to let this person in and tell them that they've been continued to the 28th.
Oh, there's a person?
Yeah. Okay. Liam. Hello, Liam?
Yeah.
Hello, Liam.
Yeah. Hello.
I'm assuming you're here for the amendments to the 3 phases of Library Commons.
Yes. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I know Kyle had sent a message about
Yeah, I know. So just know that the board did table that till the 28th.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Nope. No worries. That sounds good. Thanks for the update.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. I told him that the board wasn't gonna, he asked if they could be tabled, and I said yes, but clearly he didn't believe that. So, anyways, so I will catch up sometime. I'm gonna say next week, right? I mean, or as we continue to update the Mimi comments or something. And like I said, I'll go through and I'll start defining what's in those letters, if there's anything of value other than complaints. And like I said, we can talk about that, and I'll start, to that point also the FAQ. I'll talk to Alex about creating that because he's our web guy at this point. I'll have him put something on the city website planning board page about the comp plan FAQ and just start developing that out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess that's all we've got for now then.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know. Me neither. But
I hope they're not getting creamed, but
well, part of me wants to John Doe it and I want to zoom in next door, but the other part of me says, yeah, I don't want to take that chance.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
No, I know, because it would just probably become aggravating because they're probably on item number 1 still, or item number 2. And that was one thing that no one was understanding. That's why at one point I did text you. It's, and I know it kind of flipped either way, but like we're still on order number 1, that they won't understand that there were definitions there.
And I tried really hard.
I know you did. So anyway, well, you can add that to your resume, right?
Wrangling the masses. Yeah.
Right.
Well, hopefully people didn't feel dismissed, because I know that it was hard to hear that like you weren't going to get answers. Like I'm sure that was really hard to hear.
Right.
But
also what I did was I went in and I took screenshots of the attendance, so that way it'd be easier for Brianna to do the minutes. Now there might have been a couple misses there, but it took me 3 snips, but I was able to move the page down and get everybody there.
Okay, cool.
That's a good thing, just so that way we can account for that.
Yeah, and I think we ended up getting everybody's name and address.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Okay, very good.
Go home.
I'm going to. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
It doesn't look like it's raining out anymore, so it'll be a dry walk.
Yes.
Okay, well, have a good night. See you. Thank you.